My name is Adelana Akindes. I'm a leader with the Coalition to March on the DNC, and I'm Students for a Democratic Society in Kenosha, Wisconsin. I've been attending the Kenosha uprising since the shooting of Jacob Blake on Sunday, and was actually abducted by the feds this past Wednesday for 24 hours. So I'll start with the DNC. We've been building for a year to march on the DNC, which was held last Thursday. Our main goals were to defeat Trump, send the message to the politicians of both parties that our movements are going to grow and challenge them and their power. Following the lynching of George Floyd and in solidarity with the March on RNC and Jax, we put We Can't Breathe at the forefront of our march. The families of victims of police crimes all across Wisconsin spoke at our rally, sharing their heartbreaking stories. Even during a whole pandemic, we were able to gather hundreds of people to listen to their stories, stand in solidarity, and we marched through downtown. We stopped at symbolic locations such as the police station and Homeland Security building. It was like a phenomenal experience. And just 3 days later, Jacob Blake was shot in the back 7 times by the Kenosha police. We all felt anger, devastation. We were called to act, to march, speak, mobilize, organize. We faced warlike conditions with the deployment of the National Guard, constant use of tear gas, rubber bullets, and flash bombs. On Wednesday night, me and 2 others were walking to join the march, bringing protective gear and medical supplies when 3 unmarked vehicles swooped in out of nowhere. The feds and local officers arrested us for a curfew violation. We were given disproportionate treatment. We were dehumanized. We were ignored. We were given orange suits. I spent 24 hours in jail with no phone call. And he had murdered people, yet he was able to walk freely throughout the crowd after killing them. These experiences have deepened our understanding of the inherent justices woven in this system. And we know that the biggest systemic changes and advancements for people have happened in this world through protests, through the civil rights movement in the United States, fighting apartheid in South Africa, strikes for workers' rights, revolutions in South America and Cuba. So we recognize that the way to move forward to make systemic change is through protests, and that's what's happening in Kenosha here today. And even with the National Guard, and even with like the military coming in and trying to silence us, locking us up, and trying to instill fear in us, we're still coming out here. And even though it's been a scary experience, but it gives us a glimpse into how power operates, and it strengthens us. And my message here is just like, keep it in the streets, keep going, keep marching, keep organizing, join an organization. If it wasn't for SDS, I probably wouldn't have gotten out as soon as I did, even if it was 24 hours. We had thousands of calls coming in. So yeah, power to the people. The next speaker is Omar Flores.